Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the player for Table 1, representing Australia, Finn LUU.
So here comes the Aussie, played one, lost one. That loss came against Eduard Ionescu, but he in turn came unstuck against the world number one. And here comes the noise.
Representing China, WANG Chuqin.
Told you so. Out comes that familiar walk as WANG Chuqin comes out in front of his adoring fans here. He enjoyed himself in beating Ionescu, but as it is, he's only played the one match so far. The way this Group 1 stands is the Romanian Ionescu has 3 points from a win and a loss. Finn LUU has just the one, and Chuqin has the 2 points from that win yesterday. So, straightforward enough, barring something very, very unusual. WANG Chuqin will look to get this one sorted out and then start thinking about what happens next here in the Galaxy Arena. As I said just a few moments ago, they are very familiar with one another, having met not that long ago. They met at the Singapore Smash 2026, and it was a straight games win for WANG Chuqin, 11-2, 11-9, 11-8 against this young Australian. Finn LUU made a name for himself in China, in China Smash 2024, beating Alvaro Robles in the round of 64 there. Subsequently, we've seen success recently for Nicholas Lum, and generally something of an upward trend. These young Australians, they make their way all around the world. I was chatting with Ricardo Oliveira, the coach, earlier on, and he said these guys are very often funding, their way. They're very committed to their careers. They're doing what they can to get out and get exposure against the very, very best. Of course, they're well supported by their association. And the fact that they're preeminent in Oceania means that they do get to rub shoulders with the very best on a regular basis. Wong Chanyu is the Macanese umpire in the chair for this one. What an opportunity for Finn LUU. Did it in Singapore, now he's doing it in Macau, China. 21 years old, a world ranking of 41 right now, and in terms of his recent exploits, well, in the Oceania Cup, he actually beat Nicholas Lum. This is quite an intense rivalry. Beat him 4-3 in a 7-game thriller there. Had beaten Dean Shu, who we've seen here in action this week as well, en route to that. That exit from the Singapore Smash came in the hands of this man, and what more do we say about him other than maybe he'll feel the World Cup he could do better in. A bronze medal, the best he's done here. Beaten by Ugo en route to his win last time out. He really enjoyed himself against Eduard Ionescu. The two players producing a lot of fun, and Chuqin enjoying some almost exhibition points towards the end of that win against the Romanian. So Chuqin, 2024 semi-finalist, beaten by Ma Long. 2025 semi-finalist, beaten by Ugo Calderano. World champion, world number one, serial winner in recent times in the very, very biggest of events. Trace it all the way back to WTT finals for Fukuoka 2024, subsequently picking up wins at Smash and Champions level in the USA, in Chongqing, in Macau, in China, Singapore. So yeah, the preeminent force, certainly over the last 12 months or so in men's world table tennis. But he's looking to follow in the footsteps of the giants, one of them sitting in his corner as coach Wang Hao, three-time World Cup winner. Ma Long, remember beating him here in World Cup action. Ma Long himself, a serial winner. Ban Zhendong 4 as well as Ma Lin. And these fans desperate for the player they idolize to take himself into that kind of World Cup company.
Last one.
I would imagine there'll be some nerves to be settled for Finn LUU here. Imagine having that staring you down at the other end of the table. And that'll give him a bit of confidence, the Aussie. Made a name for himself really on his Commonwealth Games debut. Outstanding performer there, the Victorian.
1-3.
But playing in front of this crowd in this amazing arena, in this context, an ITTF World Cup, well, that's just next level stuff for Finn LUU.
1-4.
Straight away, evidence of the flow to the play of Chuqin. The way he makes the difficult look so very, very easy. There's an intimidation factor as well about Chuqin. He'll have a little look, a lingering look at his opponent. Let you know he's there. Fans will do that as well. Well played.
4-3.
He's got to be as aggressive as he's allowed to be, as he wants to be, Finn LUU. But look at that. He must have thought he'd put himself in a very good position. And then suddenly the ball's on him before he could even think, really. The mobility of Chuqin. First, to deal with that backhand serve, and then to just turn up the heat, turn up the power, notch by notch. He's not going to make many inroads with the service, you feel, Finn LUU. Now he's got to try and come to terms with what is being served up by the world number one. Again, he just seems to have all the time you could possibly want, and he denies time to the opponent. So quick there, taking it early on the up. It's not always going to work. So the ooze of the crowd. Hanging in there as best he can, Finn LUU. But that is Wang Chuqin dominating as he can. And that earns him 6 game points in the first. First game in the bag. So fans, young and old, have flocked to the Galaxy Arena to see this man in action. You'll be hearing them, and of course, And under their adoring gaze, as well as that, Tom and Jerry. And our mascot, Bobo, Wang Chuqin, is doing what you'd expect him to do.
Are you having... You can even like... What are the options? Yeah, what are the options? Yeah. Short back again? Yeah. Banana, flick? But I don't want to go too short back. Really? Short back? Either. Short? Yeah. Long push? In the middle, never in one of the corners? And get rid of short back. That would be the option. We need service. Don't just see the ball. To give you time to come back in.
Well, as is so often the case, and we saw it with Sun Yixia in action earlier on, there are two things going on here. One of them is Wang Chuqin doing what he does best on the table. The other is him keeping a close eye on the crowd, just to be respectful to his opponent and make sure that any flashes or any problems in the crowd are attended to. They take that responsibility very seriously, these Chinese superstars. Oh.
Last one.
I don't know if he was taken by surprise at all there, or changed his mind. Either way, it's a 2-love lead for Finlu. Both points taken on the world #1 service. How about this? Make it 3. Got to enjoy this whilst it lasts if you're Finlu. And he's enjoying it because he's taken a lot of confidence from this good start to the game. And that was excellently played. Not an easy shot to execute. So at what point does the world #1 put the brakes on the Aussie? Maybe he starts now. He must have thought that on the receive there, he'd done a pretty good job, Finlu. Only for Chuqin to have other ideas. That's a decent enough flip that, but wow, he's forced back. Gobbled up by Chuqin.
Time out.
Okay. And another thing, and this is very redundant because in the end, it's exactly what he's giving. But what is the best place to attack? Where is the best place to go to? Of course. And you're lacking a lot of that. Yeah. It's only been 7 points, but the truth is this, that you're playing the game. You're having a lot of chances to attack the first ball. You're doing the banana correctly. You're doing the half longs correctly. Everything is perfect from that point of view. Of course, that you make in the corners, you will give quality back. You make in the middle, you will not miss it. But it gives you a little extra time to go to your position and go for the next one again. At least that. Let's go. Other than that, you're thinking it very correctly. Loving it. Come on.
That's some really good coaching there from Ricardo Oliveira. Loving it, he says. Accentuating the positives, and that's really important for Finlu here because he's enjoying, he favours leading with the backhand if he possibly can. The idea is try and keep it central, get yourself into a position to do what you want to do. But Wang Chuqin, of course, will have other ideas. And the minute Finn becomes a little bit more passive, then that could be a problem for him. But the setup with the backhand, it's what he wants. great defence. Oh, and he wins it. That's a point that the young Australian is going to remember for a very, very long time. 21-year-old Finn LUU hanging in there against the world #1 and then producing a shot that even Wang Chuqin couldn't deal with. Oh, he went for another.
6-5.
Not this time. This time, it's the Chinese player on the attack and taking the point. As soon as he forced Finn LUU into retreat and defensive action, he swarmed all over him. Oh, and again he gets after the body, hurrying up LUU there. Well, he had no right to win that point, but he came close to it. Really taking defensive action there. Somehow, he's produced some incredible gets, as Finn LUU, in the course of this game. That would have been quite something if he caught the edge. But it's a 2-point deficit now.
7-8.
Becomes one. A little bit of frustration from Chuqin.
Black. 7-8.
Oh, he was ready. He was waiting,
9-7.
and he put the ball beyond the young Aussie. Deceptively easy-looking shot. Certainly wasn't from Chuqin, who now serves 9-7 up. But misses,
9-8.
and that's now 9-8, and another few words with himself from Chuqin. Oh, he got it into the body. It came back somehow from Finn LUU, and then just died there on Chuqin. So, from a position where he was looking to serve for the game, he's lost both points now on that service and handed an opportunity to Finn LUU to serve his way to parity in this match.
Go! 10-9.
10-9. Is it going to happen? Is he going to take the game off the world #1? Finn LUU serving. We go to juice, and we do so with some classic Chuqin play. The angle, the pace. Once again, great powers of recovery from the young Aussie, but he stamped his feet in frustration. And what had been an opportunity for him to take the game now turns into a situation where he has to try and save it. Game point, Wang Chuqin. And he takes his opportunity. First time of asking. You have to take yours against him, and Finn knows that. But boy, he played so well in that game, the Aussie. Really took the game to Wang Chuqin, but he goes down 12-10 to be 2-love down now.
It has to be that. It's either the push, it's either the banana, the slow one, everything is there.
剩下的让黑四个全护不了，你看你全是缺点，包括有的时候半度台一想拉手，其实你等到半度台更还有等到半度台，就可以啊，不用说勉强飞就行，因为半高平高出来这么一个。
我感觉他是慢搓长了，结果那球打短。
但他这习惯性，他有点是停在那儿那个卸，他是全卸长球，这个要注意。啊，包括他的打球，打得很好，招手短，他真打着了你就护长手，跟常人走，对吧？这步骤一直长就行。
I think it's very good thing that we are doing with the short service on his front, and it's working. But once in a while, just do one short in his back and like the normal way. If you want to, as an option.
Back comes Finn LUU. Spoke earlier on about the way that this young cohort of Australian players has to be credited for the way that they get themselves out around the world, that they pursue their passion, and just seeing vindication of it. Finn LUU here, bringing his best game to bear against the world #1, the world champion. What he has to do now, though, is he has to start all over again, because he can't afford to lose this game, or that's it. Wang Chuqin might just be thinking, okay, I don't want to get involved in another tense one. He had to save a game point, remember, in the last game against the young Australian. And it looks as if he wants to rule out that possibility in this one. And he's on the attack, he's firing that as he's done all the way through this match into the body. And those body blows, of course, always end up taking their toll in the end. Of course, Wang Chuqin's also looking to fine-tune things about his game. A couple of times he's looked a little bit less than happy with certain aspects of it. He will have seen, and we've all seen, statement performances already from the likes of Calderano, the reigning World Cup champion. Truls Morgard, Felix Lebrun.
Left 5.
Rising star, Wen Rebo. All those who would be World Cup winners, and that includes Wang Chuqin. The only two players in this field in the men's draw. To have won it before
6 left.
are actually Calderano and Dmitry Ovcharov. Six love, he serves. Oh, and he's doing it with a bit of swagger now. And Wang Hao likes what he sees. 1 foot off the ground. He's reading him like a book. Nicely done.
1-7.
First point of the game for Finn. Beautiful placement. And it's quickly followed by a second. Oh, again. The invitation was there, and the look on Finn LUU's face tells you did not expect to be chasing shadows here.
X3.
What a point. Greeted by a roar from the crowd. And he was on the run here, Chuqin, looking to cover that if it had found the table. And just as Eduard Ionescu did, Finn LUU has posed a few problems for the world #1, but he still finds himself now with 7 match points and a chance to win a second game, which he does. Minimum of fuss, steps through, takes it. Nice little nod of appreciation towards the 21-year-old Australian. And Finn LUU can hold his head up very high here, because that second game in particular saw him take the #1 to the limits, gave himself a chance to win the game, didn't quite see it through, and instead now has gone down to an 11-4, 12-10, 11-3 loss. So, twice as many points won by Wang Chuqin. Held his serve fairly well, came to terms with the backhand service of Finn LUU as well, and books his place now in the knockout stages, stage 2. Let's look back at a win for the man the fans have all come to